मेरे राम राए तू संतां का संत तेरे, मेरे राम राए तू संतां का संत तेरे।
But the question today is the Sikh identity standing in the way of her peaceful existence, or is it the way to a peaceful existence? That's the question that the Sikhs are debating today in the world. Now let's roll back in history and see what our gurus have said about our identity. The 10th Sikh master, Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji, said the following about the Sikh identity in the Sarablo Granth, as translated from Persian language. Sikhi is recognized by the 5 kakars, articles of faith, which begin with the letter K. None of the 5 can be dispensed with. 4 of them are Kara, iron or steel bangle, Kirpan, the sword, Kashara, specially sewn underpants, and Kanga, which is a wooden comb. However, without the case, unshorn hair, all the other 4 are meaningless. From the above injunction by Guru Gobind Singh Ji, it is clear that the Sikhs must accept that their identity, as signified by unshorn hair, is a double-edged sword that defines and protects a Sikh. The 5th annual global report will highlight the high and low points of Sikh civil and human rights. The law was amended in Queensland, Australia, to exempt turbaned Sikh bike riders from wearing helmets. 46 students in a Catholic school in Baramulla, Kashmir, successfully defended their right to wear a turban to school. It will also highlight the slippery slopes the Sikh turban is facing in countries like Belgium and France. In thousands of Belgian Flemish Go schools, the Sikh turban and the patka will be banned from September 2013, and France has announced the possibility of extending the turban ban to universities. Whilst a Sikh fights a battle within herself to understand and implement her guru's definition of the Sikh identity, Sikh civil and human rights organizations are facing an increasing demand to advocate for religious freedom of Sikhs. United Sikhs has launched the International Sikh Advocacy and Awareness Fund, INSAF. We hope that a Sikh who is required to share at least a tenth of his earnings with the needy will see the need to donate to the Sikh civil human rights organizations' work to run advocacy programs. So today, as we are gathered over here to talk about the issues and concerns that impact the Sikhs globally, in our report that we are going to release and which you will read, you will see that we have covered almost 28 countries that defines and describes the situation that the Sikhs are going through and facing today. In all these countries, the common element is a Sikh identity. It's because how we look like, how we appear as, based on that, we are being perceived in many areas as resembling the Taliban, specifically in the United States, where you must have heard a number of hate crime events that have taken place. While on the other side, in Pakistan, Sikhs are kidnapped by the Taliban because they are not conforming to what the rules and regulations that the Taliban is laying on the minorities in that region. It's a strange phenomena where on one side you're recognized or looked upon as a militant, as a Taliban or a member of a Taliban group because of your appearance, and on the other side the Taliban is picking and kidnapping Sikhs and beheading them. And I'm sure you've read about various cases that have taken place in those regions. So the role on every Sikh has become increasingly pressurized, where each one of them acts as an ambassador to make sure that they talk and protect the right of the Sikhs in wherever, at their workplaces, if they're in schools, and the onus becomes more heavier on Sikh organizations like ours, like United Sikhs, and of course many others in the European region. We have the Sikh Council, we have the Sikh Federation, and numerous other organizations that are here, including in France. You have the Star Action Committee, and a number of other organizations that are there. The onus is upon these Sikh organizations who are trying to conform themselves and work together as coalitions to make sure that our rights are protected. So with this, I announce the conference to be open today, and I'll request all of you to look at the folder that's been given to you. You can see there is a feedback form that defines the various topics. The first topic is the turban ban in Europe. You will see experts over here who will be deliberating on this particular topic. And the second topic is 1984 pogroms against the Sikhs. The third topic is death penalty. The fourth topic is preserving Sikh heritage and providing a holistic education. Finally, there are some suggestions that are there in this folder, and we'd like to receive your comments on that. We'd also like if you can put the name of the organization that you're representing on this particular feedback form, so it gives us an idea that from whom this form is coming from. So please take a look at the contents that you have in this folder in reference to the conference. There are some other materials regarding the camp. There's a camp that's going on over here, but I'm sure you guys are not participating in the camp. Many of you are here. So I don't know why it was placed in from the first instance, in this folder, but that's fine. So with this, I'll begin, the names of the people who will come to the stage, and, we'll talk about, or deliberate on the certain specific topics. So I like now that the Kirtan to be performed by the Dashmesh Sikh Academy, France, and an Ardas to be done. This whole thing will take 9 minutes. I request the people in the audience to please stand up when the Kirtan takes place. As you know, it's a part of our Holy Scripture, and we wouldn't want... Hold on 1 second, please. Sorry.